Hey, it's TT and this is my Twin Flame channel. So, hi. It's been so long. Um, so what's going on? This is my channel about my Twin Flame journey. This is a new top out that I love so much. So let me sit back and let's move you back a little bit and down a little bit. So let's talk about my Twin Flame journey. This is TT, and I talk about my Twin Flame journey on this channel. And there's not really nothing's really changed. That's why I haven't done a video. Um, Same old stuff. However, I have been changing. There's a shadow, so hold on. Better. Okay, so, woo, it's so bright now. However, I have been changing. And so, it's not about changing the other person or trying to change the other person or manipulating or playing games. Really, the Twin Flame journey is about being yourself, being authentic and loving yourself. Loving yourself with divine love. That's been my journey. That's real tricky. Because in order to get divine love deep in your heart and soul, and your inner child, because your inner child is part of your soul, it's part of who you are, and it's from your past, it's kind of has to be broke. You kind of have to be broke open, because you're kind of subconsciously, you're like in there and you just sort of operate out of that. You're not even really fully aware, and that's how you get like spiritually woke up, your spiritual awakening. And you usually begin your spiritual awakening when you meet your twin flame. I just say usually and my experience, because I'm not here saying this is the way it always is, because the universe can do anything it wants. Spirit world, we're all learning. We're all learning more and more about life, about spirit. Miss, no. My cat just jumped in my bed. Colors. No. Anyway, I have two cats and I don't trust them in my bed. she just jumped in my bed. Anyway, where was I? So your spiritual awakening, kind of begins, and that was about 8 years ago, when I met my first twin flame, and I've had 3, and this is my 3rd one. And how do I know that? Because I have a relationship with Source, and I ask the universe, is this and the universe will confirm to you whatever way that you need it, whatever signs you need, whatever, so that in your heart. I don't go to readers. I mean, I've paid for tarot card readings. But Source wants me to go right to Source. Have my own relationship, which it's tricky at times, definitely. So what happens in your twin flame journey is your twin flame is like a magnet. It is an intense spiritual connection, energetic connection. It is intense. Oh my goodness. And you will be so magnetized to each other. And it's called twin, in my opinion, in my experience, because what I think from what I've heard, is that you both have the same for each other, or it wouldn't be twin. Like what you'll feel, at least what I felt for a long time, is that person was rejecting me because I had a deep rejection wound from my inner child trauma. Rejection was my regular life. All my life, I always felt rejected. Rejection was huge. So was abandonment. So they'll trigger those deep wounds. They'll trigger insecurity. They'll trigger self-doubt, self-hate, anything that is in your soul that is not in alignment with source, that is not alignment with the highest vibration of you. Um, because in a high vibe, that is divine love, that is light. There is no darkness in divine love. It is perfect. It is completely light, and it is the highest vibration on the vibration chart. So, darkness is trauma. Trauma is very dark. Abandonment, rejection. So is guilt. So is shame. So is fear. So is manipulation. Manipulation is a dark energy. What's the other one? I was thinking rejection, abandonment. Oh, so if you have insecurity, we weren't created to be insecure. That's not part of being whole and complete. Insecurity, self-doubt, any self-hate, any negativity towards yourself, any guilt. There's a thing about guilt. Okay, the thing about guilt is if you grew up with a lot of abuse, like me, you were always the scapegoat. You always took the blame. You were always the one that was blamed, that you were maybe bullied by a parent or a grandparent that abused you, that kept you silent, and they used manipulation to do that, and they used a bullying energy, and they kept you silent by blaming you, that nobody's going to believe you, that you don't matter, that nobody's going to listen to you, right? And you believed it because you're a little vulnerable person. And so you carry that time in your life when you were young. That's a very powerful time. It molds you the rest of your life. So you'll have patterns and beliefs that stem from that time. And the only way to pull them out is to be triggered. And being triggered back into your trauma is a horrible experience. You'll feel lost, you'll feel confused, you'll feel anxious, you'll feel depressed, you'll feel sad, you'll feel unsafe emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because it pulls you back into that old trauma. So you have to vomit it out. That's what I call vomiting that trauma out. You got to vent. You got to get it out. You know, the spiritual people that say, oh, you got to be positive. Oh, you're being negative, and they reject you. That's a rejection, honey. That's not supporting you. When people say, oh, don't, and listen to what you're saying. You're saying that nothing ever works out for you. Well, that's what you're going to manifest. No, it's a belief. You can say, things always work out for me. Things always work out for me. But still, it be inside of you, that energy of things don't work out for me. You can speak stuff out of your mouth and it still not have authenticity or power because deep inside you really haven't experienced that. And so until you experience things working out for you, you'll have a really hard time believing that things will work out for you when things have always been bad and you've been abused and you've been rejected and you've been abandoned, and it's a core belief. So you can't just change it with your words or just control your thoughts. That's not how it works. That's white knuckling it. That's what I call white knuckling it. That's not going to work. You got to be true to yourself. You got to be authentic. Even if people around you don't know how to support you, even if people around you reject you even more, because they can't handle your authenticity because they are being fake themselves. They've never opened up their inner child trauma, so they can't support their own inner child, so they can't support yours. So it's a really hard process, okay, to let yourself be. You can't help it to be triggered. I just recently, about 3 weeks ago, went through one of the worst trauma triggers I've ever experienced, and it's been so hard the past month, 3 weeks to month. I've felt so negative towards myself, so negative towards life, so negative towards God, because I was abused at a young age, and I, I turned on myself, and I didn't think God was with me or loved me because He let me go. It let me go through that abuse. It was profound, and it's been and I have a really hard time speaking up for myself. I have a really hard time defending myself because I was always the scapegoat that was kept silent. So, what's the point in talking? I just shut down. Nobody believes me. Nobody listens to me. I don't matter. So, getting in that I do matter, that I am loved, that it is safe to be me, that it is good to be me. That, is like, you got to put that in. You got to let your heart be open and receive that for yourself. So me, I have done it mostly on social media. This is like my safe space to be vulnerable, to talk about my journey, to be myself. Um because it just is. When I look at myself, I feel seen. Everybody deserves and needs to feel seen and heard. That shows you that you matter. And you matter to Source. Source always sees you, always hears you, never leaves you, never abandons you, and never rejects you. So it's a really tough thing to go through the process. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of patience, a lot of kindness, a lot of gentleness, a lot of understanding. Um, when I don't always like the way I look. Every mirror seems different. Every time of day seems different. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I look good. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I look like an old woman and I look all disgusting. Whatever. I have these, bags, whatever. I can criticize myself. I grew up with critical energy all around me and it became my inner voice. And that's really hard when your inner voice is negative towards you. So, the best way that I have found is I have to go into that, let that inner voice come out that's negative, and love it. And I don't mean like, oh, yay, I'm negative. I mean, be patient, slow down, be kind, be gentle to myself, be compassionate. The number one attribute of Source is compassion. So, when I look into my eyes, I see Teresa. I see TT. I see little Terry. She deserves to be seen. She deserves to be heard. She deserves to be loved. And I have compassion for her. That's what's beautiful. Your outside, it can change. It can get worse or better. It's the inside, right? It's you looking into the mirror and looking into yourself and saying, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of the desires of my heart. I am worthy of everything I want. I am worthy of good. So that's what's been going on with my twin flame journey. It's me focusing on me, healing my trauma, and trying to empower myself, but being honest and real. So I love you. Come follow me on my other platforms. I'm on Clapper, Marshmallow Tree 100. Marshmallow TRE5 is my ex. TikTok just deleted my almost 10,000 follower account. That was really hard for me. It took me 2 years to build that. I was almost monetized. Um, and I love going live on TikTok and connecting with followers, but I can't do that. I have a backup account on TikTok. It's called It's Me, Not You, the letter U. So you can follow me on that. I would love that. If you get me up to 10,000, because I have 15,000 followers on this channel. So if you want to do anything for me, go to my TikTok account. It's me, not you, and follow me so I can. And I'm just facing some really weird, deep inner child wounds recent, and finances, stuff about money and my finances, about my character. Your character matters. It's one of the most important things for you. That you trust yourself, that you believe in yourself, and that you do good. And that's my heart. I'm not perfect, but that's my intention, and my heart is pure. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching my video. You are the bestest in the whole universe. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, this is my favorite top in the world. And I always wear these gloves when it's like under 55 degrees out because my hands ache. And I got my black combat boots on and my sugar skull leggings. And I just got some new red nail polish that is fire and lipstick to go with it. So, you know, keep breathing. Keep waking up. Keep doing your best. You're enough. I'm enough. We're in this together. I'm not going anywhere. I promise. I love you so much. I was on my clapper last night or 2 nights ago. It was the best time. I love connecting with you. Come visit me and talk to me. I love real talk where you just tell me what you think and what you feel, and no games, no manipulation, no agenda. So, love you.